Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Teresa, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to DIY these beautiful, lovely but very easy and simple watercolor bookmarks. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. To get started, I'll be walking you through a couple of material that I'll be using for today. First, I'll be using the black velvet brush size 6. This is one of my favorite brush so far. And for the paper, I'm using the B100% cotton paper, and I already teared out from the big sheet, and I have 3 separate rectangle shapes like this. You can cut out any sizes of your choice. I actually teared down from the big sheets because I want them to have deco edges, because they're gonna look very organic that way, in my opinion. And for pens, as always, if you watch my other videos, you will know that I only use Winsor & Newton Cotman, and this is one of my favorite pens so far. You also need 2 cups of clean water and a piece of tissue for blotting. And now I am using my bottle spray to reactivate my pens. It's always handy to have a little scrap paper so that you can test out the colors before you apply onto the paper. Here you see that I am trying to mix a couple of different greens for our first designs. I want to have the lightest value, a medium, and the darkest one, so the painting is gonna have more depth and add a little more interest. The first design is inspired by olive trees, but here we're not gonna paint the whole trees. Instead, we're just gonna paint one with 2 stems and with a couple leaves on it, because obviously this is a very small piece of paper. We actually can paint the whole trees, but I want it to be as simple as we can, so that it will make easier for you if you're a beginner in watercolor. What I'm doing right now is that I'm using the very light green color to slightly draw different stems, and this one gonna be act as a guideline so that we know where we can put the leaves later. And now I am adding the leaves. Make sure that you use different different color of greens to add more interest and add more depth. And also, as you can see, I'm just kind of loosely painting the leaf. It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it has the shape of leaf. And make sure that you paint the leaf in different direction to make them look more natural. And now we're mixing the red with a little bit of brown and also a little bit of purple. And this mixture I'll be using to paint the fruit. This is actually in the reference photo that I saw on the internet. So I think this is the olive fruit, but they actually have like a very dark purple. I think this is more like red and look like cherry, but that's okay. This is just an illustration, and it doesn't have to be exactly like the olive in real life. And plus, red is the complementary of green, so when we put these 2 colors next together, they're gonna complement each other and make your painting look so much better. And voila, we're done with the first bookmark, and next we move on to the second one. The second one will be pretty much similar to the first one in terms of how to paint it, but it's a little bit different because we adding the yellow white flowers. And as you can see, I am just applying the yellow colors on the paper and make it look like a small blob of color. That's it. And then we call it a flowers. That's okay if it doesn't look very beautiful right now and a little bit messy, because for this design later on we will use a pen to draw a line around it. And for the leaf, it will be similar to the first design. Make sure that you mix a couple of different greens and have them with different value. And also, usually if I want to darken a green, I will add either brown or blue. Or if I want to brighten up a green, I usually use the warm yellow, which is the cadmium yellow, the one that I am having in my Winsor & Newton Cotman pens. This painting is inspired by the yellow white flower that I've been seeing a lot when we drive on the highway. They're small, but they're very cute and lovely, and I love the yellow colors. So that's why I decided to bring it to the paper. And now I am just gonna use my micro pen. You can use whatever pen that you have, and just slowly draw the line around the flowers and all the leaves. This is gonna add more definition for the subject, and also the black ink gonna add more contrast, which make the painting look so much better. I've been very enjoying adding ink into my painting, especially when I look at the painting and I feel like something is missing, something is off, and I usually try with the ink, and they comes out always so much better and just adds a lot of interest into the painting. So I highly suggest that if you're not happy with the end result of your painting, maybe try to add ink into it, and maybe it's gonna give your painting a different look. For this step, I'm just go back with the pen and want to add a little bit more pigments into the painting. This is optional. If you think that your painting is good, you don't have to do this step. And there you go. The second bookmark is done. Very easy, simple, but super cute. And now we move on to the final piece of bookmarks. This one I am going to paint a plant in a pot. But don't freak out, it's gonna be super easy, super simple. For the leaf and for the plants, it's gonna be the same method that we use in the other two paintings. So just make different greens and then draw the shape of the leaf with different value. That's it. And for the pot, I am using a little bit of paint gray with ultramarine. You can also use indigo as well, and mix them with a lot of water so they have a very light value. And on the paper, just slowly paint the shape of the pot. I would say for this one, it looks like the half of the oval shape, so that you can see that it's very, very light value. And from there, to add a little bit of texture for the pot, I'm just gonna slightly draw vertical lines and also the shadow on the left side by using the same mixture of colors. And on the right side, I'm just gonna leave it white like that to indicate light. And while waiting for the pot to be dry, I'm just gonna go back to the plant and add pigment to where it needs more contrast. Okay, now the pot is dry, so I'm gonna go back and add more pigment to indicate shadow and make it look a little more dimension, like 3D looks. So as you can see, the background underneath, below the box, I will throw in a little bit of colors, the same mixture. I don't use any different colors, and draw like the shadow of the box also on the left side. But this shadow is gonna be a little bit darker compared to the shadow on the box. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the pot. And now the final step is just like always, I go back to the blend and just kind of do the final touch to make them look complete. And voila, we're done with the third paintings. I am very happy with how all of them turned out today, and they are very easy and simple project that anyone can do. And as always, I'm just gonna cite my name, and I highly recommend that you do the same as well, just to give yourself some credit. And also for these bookmarks, you can add some kind of message or quotes that you liked beside the painting in the white space, so that it can inspire or motivate you whenever you see them. And the final step is, this is optional, you don't have to do it. I'm just feeling extra, so I make like a string for each bookmark. And then there you go, you have 3 bookmarks, handmade, and very simple and quick, and very easy for beginners as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked the video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. And subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future. And have a nice day. I will see you in my next video. Bye.